Hello, I'm here with my grandma. Go ahead and tell them your name, please.
Mary Josephine Curran,
And how old are you?
April the 26th, 1924, I was born, so I'll be 89 years old.
Now, how old were you whenever the war started?
I was about 17, I might have been, I think I was 17, but I was still in high school, and I quit after that, my senior year, and went to work in town and got a job at West Tab. And I worked there 5 years, so.
Now, what did you do at West Tab?
I wrapped binders and stuff like that, and cut paper, cut stuff, you know, for the notebooks and stuff.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, that's what I done. And I think that's all I done.
Now, in what ways did the war affect you at home and stuff?
Well, they rationed stuff. We couldn't get a lot of food, you know. They rationed everything. And I think sugar and coffee, I believe was. I don't know. I drink a little coffee back then. But then they had shoes. And they was just made out of paper, the bottoms of them. And I lived in the country. Well, I'd go home every weekend. I'd take the Greyhound bus down to out there on the road there, and I'd walk down to my brother's house there. I don't know, about a mile, maybe something like that. And them shoes, I just wear them out.
Doesn't sound comfortable.
I got everybody's shoes, you know. Mom didn't buy very many, and she wore the same size all the time. And I took all the coupons because I couldn't get me shoes. I wanted different shoes, you know.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I can remember that, and gasoline was rationed, and I don't know what else. Can't think right now what else was rationed, but it was a sad time. I mean, we didn't know from day to day what was going to happen, but your grandpa, they put him on the boat and ready to send him overseas his last day of his 18th birthday, and when he turned 19, the next day, they sailed to Italy. I don't say Italy right. I should have corrected myself.
It's all right. When did you first hear about the war, that we were going to get a war?
Oh, well, I can remember the Sunday. It was on a Sunday, and we had just a radio, which had to be run by a car battery or something. And I remember my brother, I don't know, I think the battery kind of went down, the one we had on. So my brother went out, my oldest brother went out and got out of his car and hooked it up, and I can remember sitting there. We didn't eat nothing or anything. We just sat and listened to that news, you know, and heard the president and everything. Yeah, it was kind of exciting. But
And before that, you guys you weren't thinking about going to war. You didn't really think about
no,
that.
I was, you know, and didn't think about it. I guess I figured, I don't know. I can't remember, but you know, I knew it was on and everything. You know, they were fighting and everything, and Tom
just didn't
left.
imagine.
And but there was a lot of young men like that, and then, but he was, I don't know, he was crossing the Rhine River, and they was fighting, and he had a buddy with him. He had his buddy. He really cost a lot, and they got bombed, and he killed his buddy, and he said. They wanted to give him the Purple Heart, and he said, the Purple Heart's not going to do me any good. He said, my buddy's gone, you know. And so he was, but I don't know what else to say. Oh, well, when his mother died, he was overseas on the front line, and he didn't get the message for 2 or 3 days. And when he did, he started running right to the bridle line, you know, running out, and they had to come out and catch him, get him in there, because he just went crazy, you know, over his mother died, and he wasn't here, so he didn't get back or anything till after he was ready to go when they discharged him. He's ready to go to Japan, and that, but he got out of that. Something about the war ended, I guess, and he got home then, and then my brothers, my oldest, well, I ain't gonna tell about my other brother, but they was in the Air Force and stuff, and Herb was in the Navy, so all of them was in something, you know, and all of Tom's folks was in something. Well, Mary Bachman too, his sister Tom's sister was a nurse. She was over there and she saw a lot, you know, and so. But, I said,
Now, does he ever talk about going through Germany or anything? Did he ever talk about
oh
that?
yeah, he told
Things that they pick
Yeah.
up and stuff?
Uh-huh, and, you know, they'd have to watch, cause they'd slip out and shoot them or anything, you know, they'd hide around and stuff. And, he used to tell that, he didn't talk much after he got home though. He didn't, you know, I said, your mom thinks, she said maybe she was in the family, maybe she'd get him to talk, and I said, well, I know he talked to a few people, but he didn't, you know, he'd get, maybe once in a while he'd get talking about it, you know, he didn't want to talk about it too much. And, but I don't know how much more I can remember.
Well, that's good. Well, thank you very much,
Well,
Grandma,
you're
for your
welcome,
time.
honey, you're welcome. I'm sorry, I just don't feel up to par,
It's all right. You did great, but
but I ain't gonna talk about that.
yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys very much.
Yeah, thank you, Dave.